Welcome back everyone, I'm Danny the Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to draw the level 40 Labyrinthodontia from Jurassic World the Game. The equipment I'm going to be using today is a Graph Gear 500 mechanical pencil, a BIC 4-color pen, an eraser, and some paper. So get your equipment together and we will dive right into the tutorial. As usual, we will be starting off with an outline. Okay, so let's put in like an oval shape right in the center of our page to represent the body of the Labyrinthodontia. The head's going to be right about here. The head's almost the size of the body. Maybe half as big as the body actually. Still, it's pretty big. Okay, we're going to have the tail up to the side there. It's got a bunch, like a big sail, similar to a Dimetrodon. It's got its two little pudgy legs sticking out the side. Let's curve the tail a little bit more. Yeah, the jaws are going to be open. It's got a really floppy bottom jaw. Looks kind of creepy in the game. For all of those of you who play it, you probably have noticed that before. I think the eye will be right about there. That's a cool pattern that goes across the entire skin. We'll add that in later in the pen stage. Alright, so our rough outline is pretty much complete. It's a little messy, but yeah, let's begin refining our drawings. So since I'm right-handed, we're going to be working from left to right, so I apologize to all those of you who are left-handed. Okay, so I decided to make its legs a little shorter. The ground's going to be right about here. It's very important to know where the ground is. And here is where our eraser is going to come in handy, because I did a very messy job with the outline here. So I'm going to be using the eraser a lot. Okay, so let's have the tail curve to the side like so. It's going to come up here and connect to the main body. The body is quite simple. Now let's just erase everything inside there that we don't need anymore. Okay, let's put it in the hind leg. So amphibians are similar to lizards, not exactly. They're like a cross between lizards and frogs, at least in my mind. It's going to have 1 toe, 2 toes, 3 toes, and 4 toes. And they're sort of like webbed together. Okay, so the belly is going to be pretty much touching the ground. Yeah, the legs stick out to the side, similar to lizards. Because like dinosaur legs are underneath them, similar to human legs and stuff. Similar to human and pretty much all mammal legs. But like lizard and amphibian legs stick out to the side. So they're like in a permanent push-up position. That's why in Spanish they call push-ups lagartijas, which literally means lizard. Or lizards. Like, okay, how many lizards can you do? And they're like 10, and they're like, oh well. Okay, so we got the front leg in. That looks pretty good. Same thing, it's got 4 toes. Make it quite short and low to the ground. Okay, let's continue to the back. It's got a very short neck, and the jaws are going to start right about here. Okay, so let's put in this eye. It's got like a thin pupil there, similar to like a cat or something. It's gonna have a nice stripe that gives like one of those banded patches. So it's got a long snout that curves down here. Let me erase some of these circle lines. And I'll just erase the whole bottom jaw because we'll redraw that. Yeah, the bottom jaw is cracked open. I'm going to see like a lot more of the bottom jaw than the top jaw. Because it's sort of got the head tilted back a bit. It's got like a wide set of jaws. I'm going to put that muscle that opens and closes the jaw right about here. And now we can put in the teeth. It's got like a lot of needle-like teeth that are very pointy. So go ahead and put those pointy teeth in. And remember, we're still going to use the pen in this tutorial, so we're not going ultra detail yet. All the final touches will come in the pen stage. Okay, so it's got a little nostril right about there. We can't forget that. And let's see, let's put in the sail next. So the sail begins right back here. And guys, I'm trying to keep my hand out of the way because I know a lot of you guys find that really annoying when I'm blocking what I've done with my hands. So it's got the sail. So it looks similar to like an analytics chart, you know? You have a huge spike here. And that comes slowly down. My analytics page, like 2018, has the largest spike because that's when Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom came out. And everyone was like drawing dinosaurs, I guess. So that's when I had like the most watch time and views and everything. Okay, so the spikes continue up right about there. That's when they stop. And I might actually make it a little bit taller here. It's got quite a large sail. But sort of like folds like on top of itself. Okay, nothing's final until it's done in pen, so don't worry too much about it. I'll draw like a little stick holding up each of these different points in the sail. So the last thing we're going to do before we head on to the pen stage is put in a little bit of this cool pattern it's got. It's got like a bunch of spots and blotches all over its skin. And you can change this up. Like, I challenge you guys to be creative. You don't have to follow the exact pattern I'm doing. In fact, I'm not even really following the reference image at this point that much with the pattern. You want to try and make it look as organic as possible. But don't make the blotches too round because then they start looking like a little kid's dinosaur character or something. Alright, so let's continue on with our blotches. I'm gonna have this one on the face, but that's pretty much it. We're gonna have a little bit of shading here, we'll add that in later. We got a line there for the tongue. And there's gonna be a little bit of scales here on the cheek. And shading here, of course, and the feet are gonna be dark. Okay guys, I think it's time to move on to the pen stage. So get out your favorite pen, or just continue on with your pencil, and we will finish up our drawing. So I love the pen stage for several reasons, just because it's much easier in some ways, because you're like tracing, and then everything's a lot darker, which I like. It really makes the drawing pop. So I'm going to do the main tracing, then we'll add in the shading later. So be sure to put a wrinkle there behind the armpit there. Putting a few wrinkles here for the neck. Just trace our bottom jaw. I've been thinking I need to do some more drawings of the early creatures from Jurassic World the Game, because I actually didn't cover all of them. Like, I feel like I've done a lot of dinosaurs from Jurassic World the Game, but in reality I really haven't. There's so many out there. I probably haven't even done half. Okay, let's go ahead and put that blotch in over the eye there, and this will be shaded in. There we go. And let's go ahead and put in this muscle. Add in the teeth. Have them spaced out nice and equal. Draw the other side very carefully. And the other side is going to be shaded in. So take your time, be patient. Actually guys, I watched Jurassic World last night. I don't know, like, maybe that's the 10th time I've watched it? I don't know. I've seen it a bunch of times. But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. So good. Every time I watch it, it really motivates me to start drawing more dinosaurs again. I'm doing little curved lines here to show the contour of the tongue. Let's add in the other side of the jaw. Alright. Yeah, the jaw does look a little floppy even in my drawing. So I guess we're doing a good job. Okay, so let's add shading to the bottom jaw. I apologize, that bird's so annoying. Keeps on chirping outside the window. Alright, so we got that done. Let's add a little bit of shading here. There's the edge of the top jaw. That's one thing I don't like about the spring, is like there's always birds outside my bedroom window that wake me up in the morning. But like not like 6 o'clock in the morning, like really early morning, like 4:30 or something. Okay, so we got the nostril in. Let's see what else should we add. I'm going to darken this up a bit. Maybe a little edge here to this spot. But other than that, oh yeah, we got a few scales to add. Let's add a little bit of round scales, and then we'll be pretty much done with the head. So guys, if you don't have a BIC 4-color pen, I'll have a link to it in the description below. I'm not being sponsored by them or anything. Just pulled out this pen out of my drawer the other day, and I've been drawing with it ever since. But that was like a week ago, so it's not like I've done that many drawings with it. Okay, so I think that's good enough. You can add the scales across the entire head, but I'm just going to do that much. Next, I'm going to put on these spikes that are part of the sail. These are going to be colored in. And let's continue the line. Let's connect it back to the tail there. So we got the main outline done. Before I do this, the blotches and all that, I'm going to finish off the sail. I'm going to trace that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Yeah, let's go ahead and put in a line for each one. And you don't have to connect it to the bottom, because this whole area here, where I put this line, is going to be completely dark. Alrighty. Let's see what we can do next. The very tips of each of these spikes are very darkened, so let's go ahead and do that. So if you guys have a favorite amphibian that you think I should draw, be sure to comment below. Somebody probably requested this like a while back and I just forgot who it was, but if you have requested this in the past, I hope you like the tutorial. Labyrinthodontia. I looked up how to pronounce it, so I think I'm doing it right. Next we're going to be adding in shading and the spots. So yeah, let's begin the shading at the back of the tail here. It's going to get especially dark here behind the back leg. And be sure to make all your lines slightly curved to show the curvature of the tail. Okay, so I'm pretty satisfied with how that looks. Let's move on to the back foot, which is going to be completely shaded in. So make your lines nice and close together. The BIC4 color pen is definitely not the best pen to get like really dark shades. It can only go so dark. Okay, so we got that done. We can do some shading here under the belly. And behind the arm as well. The neck is pretty dark too, especially in our reference image. Alright, so the shading is pretty much done. Now we can move on to our blotches and spots. And if you didn't know already, the blotches and spots are not the thing that's colored in. What's colored in is the space in between them, which I think is kind of cool. So don't go ahead and color in the blotches just yet, because we're not going to. We're coloring in between them. Of course, this is Labyrinthodontia at level 40, so this got a lot of extra things like added on to it that did not have at level 10. Okay, so we've finished up our blotches, our spots, and now we will begin to shade in between them, and this part will be time-lapsed, so I hope you guys are okay with that, and I will see you guys at the end. Before we sign our drawings, there's one more thing we can do. We need to add some shadow. Let's add a little bit of shadow under it so we can tell it's on the ground. Very essential. See, already it looks like now it's more stable. Okay, good. I like it much better. Okay, just add a little bit of ground. Make it a little darker nearer to the body. And now that we've done the ground, the last thing to do is sign our drawings. So I'm going to be signing my drawing right here in the corner. I'm going to put in the date. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I hope your drawing turned out the way you expected it to turn out. And yeah, be sure to subscribe if you're new, like this video, leave a comment on what you think I should draw next, and be sure to check out my vlog channel. I'll have a link to that in the description below, because I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.